Hello, all, and I want to show you Jazzy's new sweater. Where is she? There she is in her new red sweater. Well, it's like a dark red, but she's peeing again for like the 5th time, and we've only been walking like a couple of minutes. This dog just pees and pees and pees. I didn't get out of work till after 5, and I want to talk about something. And I don't think I might have touched on it, but I didn't talk about it. How do you feel about your partner? How would it make you feel your partner was, rather than come to you when you're in a committed relationship, even living together, and your partner comes to you and, well, it doesn't come to you, I should say, and instead goes in the bathroom and jerks off. And not only jerks off, but jerks off to porn. And total opposite of you. Like, total opposite of women. How would you feel discovering this when, like, you're in the bed, or you're, say, in the kitchen, and he goes into bed, I'm going to bed, and doesn't say, hey, join me in the bedroom, and does this more often than not. And this happened to me one time. Not a good feeling. I was like, done. So done. This one guy, and things got heated, whatever. You know, we were seeing each other. And he had an issue finishing, which, you know, I tried everything to help him. And one night, we're in bed after, and he's still hard, and he whips out his phone, and he's like, I really need to come. And I'm like, okay, what do you need me to? No, I need porn. And he's like, oh, she reminds me of you. Oh, and he jerks off and comes then. And it's like, wait a minute. You're laying next to me. You could not finish the job. Okay, that's fine. Like, I was willing to help you do whatever to get it done. And you grab your phone and you pull up porn and say, oh, she reminds me of you, and finish the job. So how would that make you feel? I would feel like, which I did, like, oh my God, he couldn't finish with me, but he finished with some stranger. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, and I get it. If you're single, whatever, and, you know, you need that, I totally get that. But, or if, you know, 90 kilometers. I'm cutting through. Sorry for the pause. Someone walking past me. Not the most appropriate when someone's walking past you. But I get it if you're single and you need visual stimulation. I get that. But in a committed relationship, I could see if you're in a committed relationship, don't live together, and okay, you didn't see them, and, you know, it's been a couple of days or whatever, and you're turned on. Okay, I get that. But you're living with the person, and rather than crawl in bed with them or invite them into the bedroom, you decide to take care of yourself. And this goes for women too, men and women. So I have to put on my gloves because it's a little chilly. They're in my pocket. So that, I just honestly, sorry for the bumpity bump, but I needed to get my glove on. My other hand isn't cold, but I guess this one's moving because it's got the thing. But I don't, like, I've never watched it alone. I've watched it with someone I'm seeing, and I've done FaceTime, sex, sexting, whatever. FaceTime, sex, whatever you want to call it. Done sexting, but I mean, it's just me. Again, my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, just how if it's someone's opinion, there is you can't say they're wrong. That's their opinion. That's how they feel. And that's how I feel. Like, if someone said, comments and says, I think it's perfectly fine. Okay, then that's the way you feel. But I don't know. When he whipped out his phone, I was just like, what? Oh my God, And I don't know what made me think of this today. And how would they feel if I'm like, turn over and then pleasure myself and, pull out porn and pleasure myself and go, oh, that did it. Like, I would think it would make my partner feel crappy. Like, oh God, I couldn't get it done for her, but she got it done for herself. Like, I really, Jazzy, no. I really, it just, like I said, I don't know what made me think of it, and I've had friends complain, oh my God, porn. That's all he wants is porn. Or that's all she wants is porn. So, in my opinion, if you need that while you're with me, sorry, it's gonna get a little dark because there's no lights over here. We're going by the playground and the dog park. Again, I don't know why there's no lights, but a little crazy. Why you put lights everywhere except here, which should be lit up. But if they need that, then that means they're thinking of someone else, and they can't do it without thinking of someone else. So they're not thinking of me. Listen, have we all fantasized? Hey, you're married a long time, and your partner is like, oh, let's put some porn on. Okay, to spice things up. I get that, but if they want it all the time, someone, like I said, in a committed relationship or married to, the hell is that noise? So if, someone with their dog, probably like, what the hell is that woman talking about? But I mean, to me, then they're thinking of someone else, and they have to think of someone else to do it with you. And like, I get role play, I get, pretending you're someone else, you're pretending, you're the maid, he's pretending, he's the pool boy, or he's the, washer repairman, or whatever. Like, I get that. I really do. So, I mean, you got to spice it up here and there. But if it's all the time, like, and the same kind of women, and they're the total opposite. Say, your blonde hair, you know, you've got, not a Barbie body, but an average body, pretty decent body, but you've had kids, so, and he's looking at, like, not to stereotype or pick on, but if he's looking at women, you're Caucasian, and he's looking at other ethnicity women that are, big and, what is that? Big, beautiful women, BBWs. And you're like, Or if, you don't have the best shape, because, again, kids, and he's looking at these Barbie dolls. Again, different ethnicities than you are. Say you're African American and he's looking at Caucasians, or, you're of Oriental descent and he's looking at, African American or Caucasian or Spanish or whatever. And it's constant, like constant, like he can't perform with you unless he's got this on and he's these women in front of him, or she can't unless she's got these guys in front of her. So I don't want to pick on men. So women too, because I know a friend who said, you know what, I don't get turned on by my husband. I have to imagine someone else in my head. And actually they imagine like an ex-boyfriend. Or, I got to put porn on and I got to like have, jacked up guy with, nice tan and, nice Italian guy or Spanish guy. And you're like, I'm like, what? Like, and this was only a couple years into their marriage. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Really? Like, are you unhappy? Oh, he's a great guy. Oh, he treats me wonderful. I really love him. But so how much do you love him that you can't get turned on by him? So that to me is like cheating of the heart. And as much as your partner said, oh, I love you, but yet I need someone else to turn me on. Or you're fantasizing about someone. Listen, hi. My man was Matthew McConaughey, still is. John Mellencamp. I told my ex when we were together, I'm like, listen, he's my pass. He's my one and only pass. That's, oh man, he's like offering, and I'm sorry. And so I'm not talking about celebrities or, and even if it's like a crush that you would never act on, like, oh boy, go young guy at the coffee house. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's young and hot and jacked, and okay, once in a while you think of him. But, or I know someone that, like, oh my God, I have to imagine him because they've been together a really, really long time. And, everybody changes over time. Bodies change. And my friend's like, I have to imagine him when, like, we first got together. Sometimes, like, or just, I miss that. Yeah, and she knows, she's like, I'm not, but she's fantasizing about her husband when he was younger there. So, there, okay. But, and like I said, once in a while, you're fantasizing about a celebrity, especially, you have kids and you're tired from work. If you work, you're tired from the kids. And even a guy, fantasizing about some celebrity because he's like, Oh my God. Because, she was just yelling and screaming at him, and God damn it, you didn't take the garbage out, and I've been home all day with these kids, and they're driving me crazy, and you get to get out of the house, and, something like that. And he's like, oh, I really want her, but God, she just turned me off. And then he imagines a celebrity, And one thing that someone said, I should have saw the signs. She want 2 women, porn. And of course I was like, oh yeah, 2 women, because I don't know that that's every guy's fantasy, but a lot of guys that I've talked to and know, like, oh yeah, 2 women, yeah. So at first, and then he's like, oh, she's like, this is what's turning her on. Yeah. And then she said she wanted a woman in the bedroom, and she thinks she might also like women and him. So, bisexual. So, and he couldn't deal with it. He's like, no, and so what are you going to do? So then in that situation, do you say, okay, once in a while I'll have a woman in the bed, as long as, you're open and honest and it's with me and no one else, not outside. And so could you deal with that? Because me, if I was with a guy and he wanted another guy, and then, or he wanted, to watch porn with 2 guys, I wonder, does he want to really turn me on that much with 2 guys? Or does he want to watch the guys? And I've even had people I know that, I don't know if the correct term is lesbian anymore, but 2 women that were together in a committed relationship, and the one is like, oh, let's get another woman in here and let's experiment. And I know from I was watching some reality show, and there was 2 guys that were in, but they have a don't ask, don't tell policy. So they can be with other men. And they were married, but it's don't ask, don't tell. And you must, when you're with someone else, you must swear to use a condom. So, okay. But that's like an open marriage. So, oh my God, there's someone, I don't know if I think they're walking their dog. Let's go this way, Jazz. Jazz, come on. Yeah, so I know people that were in. Oh. Jazzy, come on. Let's go. Come on. No. Come on. Oh, there's another dog. Come on. Let's go. Jazzy, let's go. Good girl. Good girl. So I know people that have been in open marriages, and I worked with one, and she's like, and the one woman goes, oh, you're going to meet Rico. And I'm like, oh. I go, your husband's home today? And you're going to go meet him for lunch, have a little rendezvous? She's like, no. She goes, that's the name I've given the guy I'm meeting. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. Me, and to be honest right now, I can't remember his name, her husband, because we have an open relationship. So she goes, don't, again, don't ask, don't tell. And any guy that I'm with must, I must swear that he must use a condom. If he doesn't agree to it, I can't. And I'm like, really? And so, of course, she didn't give his real name. That was code. And the other girl there had been, I was young at the time. I was going to college. So I'm like, oh my God. So, and then I found out a good friend of mine, her and her husband were swingers. Her daughter thought I knew. When she said something, I was like, what? She goes, you didn't know? I go, does this look like a face in the know? And I was shocked. She was shocked that I didn't know. I was like, no, had not a freaking clue. Now she's divorced and she's with someone else. They've been together quite a while. And I wonder, is he? Or has she given that up? And evidently, she was the one that wanted that. And I'm like, wow. So, I mean, we still are really good friends. So, it's like, wow, you think you know someone. And like really close friends, like BFFs. And I had not a clue. And I would never say anything to her unless she was to bring it up. But I'm like, holy guacamole. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, I'm like, whoa. Oh, wow. And just like blows my mind. And listen, hey, if that's what you like, you're both in agreement, me, I say to a guy, he's like, oh, you ever had a threesome? I'm like, no, I failed kindergarten. And he's like, what? I'm like, I don't share well. And I couldn't. If I'm in that, I know people that it's like, oh, it's just whatever. And I wasn't really, it was just basically, hooking up and that's it. And he wanted to have a threesome and I didn't know her. And I don't know. I don't like, hey, if that's your thing, like, go for it. And am I curious? I will admit, yes, curious what it would be like. But I could never go through with it. And it goes back to Will and Grace when she's like, oh, sure, I could do that. And then she's like, I can't do this. I'm a good girl from Schenectady or whatever the hell it is. And so she couldn't go through it. That would be me. I'd be Grace. Be like, no, I can't go through with it. I don't think I could. I really don't. I don't think I could. And I met guys that they asked me, I was like, have you? No. Would you like to? And they're like, well, I'm curious, but I don't think I could go through with it. A couple have admitted, well, I'd wonder. Well, with two guys, they're like, ugh, I don't want some other guy's junk, touching me or whatever. And it's like, okay, you want two women. You want a woman that maybe touches me. But if you're really into me that much, why do you want another woman? Just my opinion. Again, hey, if that's your thing, go for it. Kind of jealous, in a way, of people that are that. And I don't know if it's my Catholic upbringing. And the first guy that ever said to me, what are you wearing? And I'm like, what? He goes, oh, you said you're in bed. What are you wearing? And I text my cousin. I'm like, oh my God, this guy just says more. He goes, oh, you're in bed. What are you wearing? And she goes, oh. She goes, we were raised Catholic, and that's like big no-no. She goes, go with it. It's fun. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And it, it was fun. And we were talking a long time, me and this guy, and we met and everything. But if it's someone right off the bat, they're like, oh, how are you tonight? Good. Are you in bed? And I've learned I don't say to guys, I'm going to bed. I say, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep now. Don't say bed, because as soon as you say bed, really, do you sleep nude? What do you sleep in? And it just opens a whole dialogue that I don't want to get into. Unless, like I said, you've been seeing someone for a while. Then, okay. And I don't know that my date is happening tonight because he's Jewish. He said he's not strict Jewish, but his brother, I think, is more than him. And it's the first full night of Hanukkah. And therefore, he's lighting the candle with his daughter. And today he said, oh, I forgot it's Hanukkah and the first night. And I'm like, no, we had this conversation. You said you're going to light the candle with your daughter, and he doesn't have her on the weekend. And he has her Sunday through Wednesday. Although Tuesday, when he talked to me, he said he was home alone. So I don't know what that is. So he's going to light it with his daughter, and then we'll go out. And it would be a late dinner, which I'm like, I'm fine with that. But he then, today, oh, I forgot it was Hanukkah, the first night of Hanukkah, and I'm not sure. My daughter might want to be with me. I'll know when she gets out of school. Well, I don't know what time it is exactly. Let me tell you. It is 6:52. Sure, she's out of school. He goes, I will call. And he put call in all capital letters, C-A-L-L. Call you. And we'll talk about it. Well, if I don't hear from you by 8 o'clock, dude, right now I'm hungry. So what I didn't really have lunch. See, told you, I've been forgetting about food, forgetting about eating lunch. And I had my protein bar for breakfast, but I stopped and got an unsweetened iced tea. And I was thinking it was late. It's like 2. And that's why I was thinking, I'll have something when I get home. And so I, if I don't hear from, I'm going to go in and have something to eat. But if I don't hear from by 8 o'clock, I'm done. Like, if you say you're going to call me and then you don't, well, then that's just like, nope. I'm sorry. You're done. Hi. Say hi. So if I don't hear from him by 8, then that's it. I will say, didn't hear from you, or I might say something sarcastic like, wow, your daughter's just getting out of school now? Wow. How late does she go to school? What kind of school is that? So, I mean, she's not in college, because then I'd say, all right, when she gets out of class or school, whatever, he would say class. So, I don't know. But I rattled on long enough. So, any comments, I welcome. Any feedback, especially on this subject. And my dog, I think, she just peed again. I swear, I counted. And some I missed because, I was talking to you guys. And it's like 10 times. So, but I will keep you posted if I have a date or not. I don't know if I'll let you know tonight, but probably tomorrow. And I'm hoping to sleep in tomorrow. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.